Nowadays, everything involves some form of coding, but how many of our South African students are actually interested in a career in programming?
I want to become a mechanical engineer because I find it fascinating and I like building things, and I want to see how, especially cars and rockets, how they work.
I've always had an interest in science, and engineering is a career in which I can use my science skills.
I would like to become a sports doctor and go into the medicine field.
Well, I want to be either part of the astrophysics industry or possibly in commerce as a lawyer or in international relations.
Something in mechanics, so either an aeronautical engineer or a civil engineer.
When I grow up, I'd like to be a computer game designer.
Do you know what a computer programmer is and what they do?
I think a computer programmer is someone who basically takes a set of codes or a set of commands and introduces them to a computer or a supercomputer or any sort of machine, and actually introduces them in such a way that that the machine can actually carry out the command repeatedly over time.
Computer programmers write instructions for computers.
Someone that writes programs for computers. It's a very simplistic answer, but they're the ones who basically write all the software that get computers to work.
A computer programmer is someone that uses code to control the computer, effectively manipulating syntax to get the computer to do their bidding.
Computer programming is basically explaining to a computer what you want it to do for you. And we interact with computer programs every day, from the video games that we play all the way through to the microwave that cooks our food.
When you're programming, you're teaching possibly the stupidest thing in the entire universe, a computer, how to do something.
Programming is one of the only things in the world that you can do where you can sit down and just make something completely new from scratch, whatever you want.
It's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport.
Coding is something that can be learned, and I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating, but what isn't?
A lot of the coding that people do is actually fairly simple. It's more about the process of breaking down problems than sort of coming up with complicated algorithms as people traditionally think about it.
The best early thing was actually using software to decide when the classes in my school would meet, and that put me in a position to decide which girls were in my class.
Learn more about pursuing a career in programming by visiting the Microsoft Youth South Africa page, a space dedicated to inspiring, entertaining, and rewarding the youth of South Africa. Like our page and find out about coding events in your city.